Well, rates are high. Is it still a good time to buy? I feel like we talk about this a lot, but that's the number one question I get. So let's answer it here on this episode of Ryan and Real Estate. All right, before we get started, okay, let me just again say, if you haven't done so, take a minute, subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, whatever it might be, feel free to put those in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's jump right into it. Before I start, I'm actually gonna start with a video from none other than Barbara Corcoran. Let's check it out.
So the question I'm asked every day of my life is now a good time to buy a house? And you know what? Nobody thinks it is, but I'm gonna tell you something else. What's holding everybody back is the higher interest rates. They don't seem so high to me. So I remember 18, 19%, so remember they could go higher. But the most important thing is once you wait until interest rates go down, all hell is gonna break loose. Everybody who's been thinking about buying a house is gonna be out looking and overbidding every house. The prices are gonna go through the roof. So pick your poison. High interest rates now, which aren't so high, or super high prices once they come down. Your choice.
All right, so what Barbara said in this video, most of it I agree with. But here's the thing. For you, it may not be the time to buy, and if you're willing to wait and gamble on the possibility that prices will stay low, which they're not, and they're continuing to rise in most places, and you're willing to wait the rates out, then yes, it may be a time to wait. But if you really want to buy a house in the next 2-3 years, my question would be, when are the market conditions going to be at where you want them to be and which you're willing to pull the trigger to buy? Is it when the rates are low? Is it when the prices have dropped a little bit? Because as of right now, neither one of those things are happening. Prices are still holding pretty well. I mean, we have homes that are still getting multiple offers, and we're still seeing prices not drop for the most part. Builders are getting hit pretty hard right now, but for the most part, we're not seeing a huge drop in those prices. So when's the perfect scenario got to hit for you to buy? But maybe you're in the spot where like, hey Ryan, I just want to buy a house and I don't know that much about rates, I don't know much about prices. When's the right time to buy? I would say really it's when your finances align with what you're hoping to purchase and your end goal, the size of home you want, the area you want, the location you want. But the one thing she is right is I do believe when rates get back down into the 5s, which look, I thought that was going to maybe happen by the end of this year. Doesn't look like that's probably going to happen, but when that does, I think we're gonna see a gigantic surge to the market. All the factors, because look, you're like everybody else, sitting around waiting when a rate's gonna drop. While at the same time, homes are coming on the market and getting bought, and maybe the home you would have wanted to buy was out there and came on the market, but somebody else is living in it now. Rather than just taking a minute, stop, let's figure out our financial situation, let's talk to a lender, let's see if it's possible, and maybe it's not, and that's okay. Again, if it's not the time for buy for you, that's all right. But what I would encourage you to do is not just let homes fly by off the market when you could have potentially, it could have fit your budget, your finances, what have you. Either way, just wanted to make sure you understood that. She's right in the fact that the market is going to go crazy once those rates get slow because everybody's doing what most people are doing, what you're probably doing, which is waiting for rates to drop. So if that's you, I just want you to explore the option. Just have the conversation. Don't just take news for what it's worth, but actually get out there and understand what it's gonna take for you to get the home that you want to have. And look, you may not get the exact home you wanted 2 years ago when the rates were in the 3s and you could have afforded an extra $200,000-$300,000 house, but you're not gonna know until you get out there and you ask. So if you have any questions about that, again, I'm a no pressure guy. I love to have the conversation with you, help you figure it out. As always, we're here at the Adams Group. We're here to help you any way we can. Take a lesson from our good friend Barbara. We'll see you next time on Ryan and Real Estate.